What's going on, guys? Gamer King Tar Heel here, and we've got another PlayStation Vita review. Today we're going to do Sound Shapes, which is a downloadable content off the PlayStation Store, which could be purchased for $14.99 US and is just under a gig of space on your Vita. For those of you unfamiliar with Sound Shapes, this is essentially a classic style 8-bit 2D platformer. The hook of Sound Shapes is that it incorporates music into the game very well. Every time you collect a coin in the game, you'll add a note to the background music. Also, music will play a big part in certain levels on solving certain puzzles, such as platforms appearing or enemies will move with the rhythm of the music. This will help you time your jumps. This will help you move through the levels if you have a good feel for the music that's going on in the background. In terms of gameplay, the gameplay can be broken into two separate parts. We have the campaign mode, which is a series of levels, which is broken into albums, which features similar like levels. And there's also the creator tool, which allows for users to create their own levels and upload them. We'll start with the campaign, and we'll go ahead and knock out some of the negatives first. My main issue with the campaign is that it's just generally really short. You can beat the whole campaign in just a few hours. Yes, there are coins to collect to make sure you collect all the coins in each board, and there are leaderboards to see if you can get the fastest time, and that does help replay value if you're into that sort of thing. But the game uses a lot of checkpoints constantly, so there's never really any challenge to making sure that you collect all the coins to make sure that you're able to pass the level with full 100%. Normally this would be a big time deal breaker for a 2D platformer, but what you're lacking in quantity, you're certainly making up for in quality. Some of these levels are absolute platforming masterpieces. Platforming in its earliest days has always been about rhythm, the smooth, fluid movement of a character across a 2D landscape. This is personified in Sound Shapes with the integration of the music and the character and the enemies and the platforming all combined into one. Not every level or even album is platforming gold in Sound Shapes, but there's definitely more good than bad while playing the relatively short campaign. Another feature of Sound Shapes which could make the short campaign completely obsolete is the user-generated content. After playing through each level of the campaign, you will unlock different things that you can use in the user-generator tool. While I'm not the most artistic person in the world, I did fool around with the user-generated tool for quite a bit, and I found the tool to be very easy to use and giving the ability and the freedom to create almost any kind of level that you can think of. It remains to be seen if the community will take the time to create levels on par with the campaign. But the tools are certainly there, and I can't wait to see what people come up with. Overall, Sound Shapes is an incredibly solid platformer with some really high notes, and the high notes are going to be the thing that you remember and what you're going to think of fondly when you play Sound Shapes. While some of the levels are so-so, some of them are really, really special. Is that enough to justify a $15 purchase? I believe it is, but what it's really going to come down is to the community. If the community gets behind this game and starts generating some really special content, then Sound Shapes is going to have a place on your Vita for a very long time.